Hey guys, and welcome back to another vlog. As you can tell, I'm waiting to board my flight to Vancouver. While I'm waiting, I'm just editing a video I've been working on. Is the iPhone 6s Plus still good in 2022? For the night, my sister and I went bar hopping in Yaletown. I would describe this as their version of downtown Toronto, just a bit smaller. I genuinely love the vibe of the bars here. The drinks were a bit pricey, between $15 to $20. However, they tasted amazing and worth the money. We went to about 3 bars. They were El Guapo, the Parlour, and Banter's room. I'm in Vancouver. I don't want to speak too loud because it's 6 a.m. in Vancouver and my sister has roommates. Plus, Vancouver's about 3 hours behind where I am from, which is Kitchener, Ontario. And my body's used to that time. It's around 9 o'clock in Kitchener. And so my body's wide awake. I probably slept about like 4 or 5 hours, but I don't feel tired. I'm probably going to go to a nap after I film this section. But anyways, I flew in last night and the flight was really good. It was about 5 hours, nothing crazy. And hi, Molly. They have a little cat. They're fostering a cat. Do you want to come into the camera, Molly? Nah, you just want to see what's in my bag. This is the cat they're fostering. She's just curious who I am because I'm new. Ooh, these are the bikes I'm going to be taking to go on our bike ride. How nice are the trees? So nice. Up ahead is a cafe called Haas Patisserie. I probably butchered that, by the way, but it's owned by Thomas Haas, famous for artisan chocolates, pastries, and desserts.
I literally just look like a fucking regular biker. There's 2 types of people. There literally be 2 types of people in this world.
Oh my god, the biker fit. We're ready. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm gonna go for a bike ride. Ready to go? My sister's roommate kindly lent me her bike throughout my trip so I can bike with my sister. So we biked from Kitsilano, where she lives, to Granville Island. My sister said this is a very touristy attraction and she was not kidding. Granville Island was flooded with people, but nonetheless, it was still very enjoyable. We then shared fish and chips, which were honestly the best I've ever had. The fish was fresh, tender, and the batter was light and thin. So it didn't feel like I was eating oily batter, so it was just really good. Then we went to the famous public market where it sells fresh fruit, food, and has a lot of restaurants to try inside as well. After exploring Granville Island, my sister and I continued biking and we stopped at Provence Marinas side. This bike ride was about 11 minutes and 3.5 kilometers. At first, it was kind of intimidating biking on the roads and against cars and people, but since I was following my sister, it wasn't really that scary because she knew all the roads. Plus, a majority of the people in Vancouver bike. And so because there are so many bikers on the road, cars are really used to it and the roads are very bike friendly. Here we had drinks by the water and I was just talking to her about how much I loved it here in Vancouver. I can't get over how fresh the air is. It's very crisp and clean. There's no humidity, so you really feel refreshed. My sister wanted to show me Stanley Park, so we biked to Brockton Point Lighthouse. It was about 30 minutes and 10 kilometers. When I tell you everything I took in was beautiful, It's an understatement because we were biking all along the water and you see so much mountains and the city. Afterwards, we biked 15 minutes and 3 kilometers down to Prospect Point Lookout, which is probably my favorite spot during my bike ride. Ending my bike ride around Stanley Park, we biked for an hour and 17 kilometers and stopped at Hook Cantina. I truly loved that we were sitting by the water and just soaking up the sun. We ordered some delicious fish tacos, which were so good that we ordered like 3 rounds of them and had some drinks. We ended our day at the English Bay Beach down the street, which is probably the 4th beach I saw during my bike ride. While my sister was at the gym, I went exploring in her area. I walked to 4th Street, which was about a 10-minute walk, and this is a little shopping area with a lot of boutiques, furniture shops, and cafes. Here's Molly just chilling on my lap. I honestly thought cats never liked people, but Molly sat on my lap any chance she got. I also want to know I lost my voice during my Vancouver trip, so it's gonna be a lot of voiceovers. My sister took me to her favorite spot for oysters. We went to Fanny Bay Oyster Bar during their happy hour. I will tell you guys that these were the best oysters I've ever had. Not only were they good in size, they had a lot of flavor to them as well. We sat by the bar and we talked to the manager. He was saying how they are currently understaffed, but the demand is so high, which is a good problem for him. He wasn't complaining, but he just asked for patience for people just because they are understaffed. So if you do end up going there, have some patience. They are understaffed and they shuck these oysters by themselves, but definitely worth the wait. Since the oysters didn't fill us out, we stopped at Marutama Ramen and shared a bowl of chicken ramen. This morning I decided to walk to 4th Street again and get coffee. Throughout Vancouver, I saw these bookshelves around town and it's really cute. You give one and take one book, so it was so wholesome. I went to Parallel Coffee Roasters, where their coffee is so strong, it's like a slap to the face. It was definitely a wake up. It was such a cute cafe and there was a really nice patio, but it was pretty packed, so I sat inside. I got a latte with a pistachio croissant. While I was sitting at the cafe, I was just reflecting on how happy I was to be in Vancouver and just living my best life. I wanted to visit Vancouver last summer, but I had a new job, so I wasn't able to go on vacation just yet. And so since I'm actually here, it was just so nice that I can cross it off my bucket list, and it was really just a trip I needed to reset my mind. Today was a beach day and I biked from Kitsilano to Wreck Beach, which was about 30 minutes and 10 kilometers. Oh my god, these stairs. It was also a journey to get here because you have to walk through a mini forest down a bunch of stairs to get to the beach. Funny story is, my sister told me we were going to a beach, but there was a part of it that I didn't hear, and that part was that we are going to a nude beach. Honestly, after like 10 minutes of shock, it was fine. The beach was truly beautiful because it's at the edge of Vancouver, and this is many people's favorite beach, and I can see why. It's so chill, not too busy, with honestly so many beautiful views. The beach goes very long, so we walked down and ended up in a secluded area with rocks, views of mountains, and trees. For dinner, we went to Temaki Sushi, about a 15-minute walk from my sister's place. The sushi here was immaculate. Oh my god, from the presentation to the ingredients and quality. My boyfriend asked me what was so different from Vancouver sushi to any sushi we've ever tried in Kitchener or Toronto, and I'll read out my food review for you guys. Sushi in Vancouver is almost like comparing homemade pho to restaurant pho. When you're eating homemade pho, you can feel the love and effort and time and thought that went into making the pho. Whereas restaurant, it's good, but it's not comparable to homemade pho. Vancouver sushi truly tastes like it was made from love, and a lot of thought went into putting the ingredients together. They only add sauces if it's needed, and they don't load it with just Japanese mayo or dried onions or crispy onions like other sushis you would eat. Here, they let the fish be the star, and the sauces only complement the flavors.
This one is a chef roll, satay salmon. This one is a spicy tuna, chopped scallop, and unagi.
Thank you.
It really feels like food science as well, the way they put everything together and present it. In addition to being in Vancouver, the fish is fresh as well. For the morning, I went to my favorite coffee shop I tried so far, the Only Cafe. It feels so cozy here and relaxing. Not to mention how amazing the coffee was. You have to get their cappuccino with oat milk. It's so creamy, and the coffee here is rich but not too strong. To go with the coffee, you must get their matcha daiquiri, I think that's how you say it. It tasted like ice cream that didn't melt. It was so soft, and when you bite into it, there isn't crumbs coming out of the bread or the pastry. I don't know what you call it, but it was so creamy, rich in matcha flavor, and not too sweet. For lunch, my sister and I went to Jam Cafe. I remember whenever I walked by it, the line would be 3 blocks long, but luckily this time we went, there was no line. We got deep fried chicken coated in yummy buttermilk on top of a avocado toast with poached eggs and hollandaise sauce. On the side, we got hash browns, which were shredded and fried together. I've never had it like this, but it was so good. Biting into the fried chicken was heavenly. It was crispy, crunchy, yet tender, and a touch of creaminess from the poached eggs and avocado. I see why this place was really busy. If you're going for a Canadian-style lunch, definitely check it out. On to our next adventure. My sister rented an Evo car where you can rent from an app, and they're placed all over Vancouver. She drove us to Cypress Mountain Viewpoint, which is located on West Vancouver. On the way up, the scenery was breathtaking because you take in so many mountains, forests, oceans, and the city. Never a dull moment. When we arrived to Cypress Mountain Viewpoint, it was really cool to see the heart of Vancouver and Stanley Park, which is where I biked all around on my second day in Vancouver. Next, she drove us to Vancouver Harbour. Here we just sat and took in the moment and the views. It was so peaceful taking everything in. My sister and I were just talking about how she's still getting used to me pulling out my phone and filming myself. I was telling her how I loved my iPhone 12 Pro because it made it so much easier to vlog and carry with me versus my Canon EOS M50. Even though my M50 is still compact, my iPhone 12 Pro is just easier to carry around and gets the job done. We ended my last full day at the beach to watch the sunset. It was so peaceful here, and just again taking in the views, all the moments I had in Vancouver, the adventures, food, drinks, and the fact that I quit my job. Spoiler alert, if you guys didn't know, I did quit my dream job, which I will make a full video and working on right now to explain why and what I plan to do next. Vancouver trip was truly what I needed just to reset my mind and just really reflect on what happened in the past couple of months, the good, the bad, and what I plan to move forward.